What happens when we're moving to the next level within ourselves and everything is changing and rearranging? Sometimes it's hard to trust ourselves, not just in the art process, but life. But we can learn to work with all of the emotions and address all the sides and learn how to trust ourselves through the process. Of course, this can take many layers and levels of healing, which is like revealing to the self, and there's many ways we can get support for that. So I'm not saying what I'm saying is just one way, there's many ways, but I'm saying through my lived experiences of shifting and changing and coming out, I've learned that it's about turning to face the self a little bit deeper and move into the process of becoming and almost unbecoming, so we can return again in a deeper way, not just to our art but to our life. And that's exciting because that means there's infinite possibilities and that we are in charge of our destiny and we can really take our own life and our art in our hands and learn to be free in the process. So in this video, I'm just going to be working on some large scale automatic drawings, 24 inches by 18 inches, and doing a little voiceover. It's all about me showing up to the moment today and learning how to just trust. I didn't really have any plan for this week because I got behind, and that's the honest truth. I had my first live drawing workshop yesterday, and that was exciting, and I'm shifting and changing and expanding into this thing I've always known to be true for myself, and that can sometimes be scary, right? So learning to trust ourselves is taking that small step and being willing to fall and just trust it all in the process. So we can start by just showing up to the moment and getting curious and seeing what's there and learning to trust ourselves. Each mark, each movement, the way we show up to the process, what colors we love, what tools we love, it's all there to inform us, and we can really anchor deeper into ourselves, our creations, as we develop a stronger sense of what we love, and not just that, but like who we really are internally and what we really know to be true for ourselves. And of course, that's going to be so individual. And that's really important to stress because it's easy to get sidetracked or think we are not important enough or think it's already been done. And maybe it has been, but it's never really been done by you. And that's the truth. So it's claiming that for you, not just in art, but in life. And that's what I'm excited about teaching you through these videos and through my coaching and teachings, that we really do have the personal power to take everything in our hands and make these marks and movements and let that inform our lives and become at the center of the stage and give ourselves that permission. And sometimes we need it from each other, right? To be reminded. So I give you permission right now to claim that highest truth within, because that's exciting when you know that nothing else is going to touch you and you're just in your practice and process and you're flying high. And of course there's going to be challenges, but we can take that energy and momentum and keep moving forward. And there might be pain and there will be sadness and there's probably going to be grief, because that is the human experience. But what's important to realize is there can be an internal reckoning within, and we can rise above these things with the right support, with the proper tools. And art making and the soulful discussion is just one way to do it. And that's why I'm here to teach you. And to share in that love of creation. So we can always move forward in this mark and moment and decide to really start again. I know it's been hard, because it's been hard for me too. So I just want you to know that no matter where you're at, you can start again in art and life. You can decide today that it's gonna be what you want to make out of it, and like leave the past behind and come into this new understanding. And of course, there's always a possibility of the return that happens, not just with ourselves, but with each other. So it's holding on to hope and knowing that it's possible. Through the color, line, shape, and form, mark, and movement, we all have that possibility to create, and that's exciting. So as we move through this journey together, we can remember that there is this possibility there waiting for us. We just have to reach out and grab it and really say yes. And it can be scary in the beginning. I know that for sure. I was totally scared, and and depending on the day, sometimes I still am. But I know that it's possible to just keep climbing that mountain and to really dive deeper and, you know, move towards what you love, not just in art, but in life. And have that commitment for yourself, you know, because only you can give yourself that. I can tell you all these things, but ultimately you have to decide what's important enough for you to take on, to make amends with, to learn to come out of hiding, to address that burning desire, whether that's in art or life, you know. And that's what makes it all exciting, when you can face the fear and get out onto the other side, because you'll start to see, the more you make the moves, that you are always in control. You always have the power. And art making and creativity really give us a lot of personal power, because like we're the ones at the driver's seat making these marks, making these movements, having these moments of pure expression and elation and fun. And maybe it isn't always easy, but it's definitely worth tuning into and trying to discover what it is that lights us up. And it is a lifelong journey, and maybe even a lifetime's journey to figure it out. And we could just be grateful that we get the opportunity to be here now and to like experience all of the many colors, tint shades, and hues that life has to offer. And that is what makes this whole thing worth trying out. So when we learn to trust ourselves, we can really start to like go claim what we want, and learn to tune everything out. That's the hardest part, right? The voices in our head, someone else's voice and what they told us. So how do we like, you know, become solid within ourselves? It's really turning to face like the harder parts within us and being able to like rise above it despite it all. Become something else new entirely. That is it. And that is possible. And if we're willing to take that first step, no matter how scary or how messy it is, we can always find hope and a deeper trust within ourselves on the other side of fear. And sometimes we need a little help, and that's what I help people do. I'm Natalie Dadamio, and if you enjoyed this video, I also do one-on-one coaching, and I'm working on creating courses that will be launched in the next couple months, so that's exciting for me to be sharing that. If you want to be informed when my new classes are coming out, just sign up for my email newsletter. If you sign up, there's a free PDF called Accessing Energy and Emotions that has a lot about how I see art, a little bit of a process, and some questions you can ask yourself in a PDF, and it also gives you a link to a private meditation that you can access, and that's my gift to you for signing up. So thank you for being here, and remember, we can keep turning deeper within and learning how to come out of hiding and come into our work and, trust that more and more and more. And each time we take that step out, we receive so much in the process, and that's exciting because you start to see for yourself that it is really possible.